Thank you very much. It is wonderful to be here for a TI4 Grand Final here in Key Arena, Seattle. I'm Toby1 and NEWBEE. We'll be taking you through the entire best of 5 series for this Grand Final. NEWBEE, I'm looking forward to some amazing games.
Classic Next, Londorin, they sort of counter each other. Londorin can root the Next, but on the other hand, like Next just destroys the bear. So it's actually it was a classic TI3 matchup.
Alchemist.
Yeah, that's an Alchemist.
Wow, and we don't see any straight-up, super aggressive pushing lineups out of either of these teams. They both can do some pushing, especially VICI, but I don't think we're going to see a 15-minute game today.
No, most likely not.
Whose lineup do you prefer?
I like VICI's. It has just a stronger push, and NEWBEE just don't have the AoE clear to deal with it.
I like NEWBEE. I think they can move around the map, and just the global potential is too strong.
I think a lot of it is on the Lifestealer and the Alchemist, how and move, their combo being able to get the initiation. But we'll find out. So
we might even go to a 50-minute late game. So I think we have it all, and that's a great game one, right? You want to see it all, and I think this is going to be it.
Yeah.
Looks like nobody's do any level 1 smoke. The only aggressive move is ROTK. Looks like he's straight up TP to the bottom. This is going to be a very expensive ward, but he's going to get one down without the enemy team having any vision.
This I think is really important for it. I was actually looking at the Lone Druid pickup as the last one and thinking, okay, you look at the lineup from NEWBEE now. They could run easily an aggro trial lane with Alive still on the front lines, Ancient Apparition as well as Lion right behind him. They could cause a lot of havoc up on that top lane. So the bear becomes a bit of a filter up on that top lane, then combining it up with FY as well as Fenrir's control power. They should be able to survive that top lane. If you had any other hero which has to come to the front lines to farm or be involved, you'd be finding yourselves in a really, really risky position where you could give away first blood. So they basically have the top lane as far as like balance goes, as long as they don't get caught out of position. Then look towards the bottom lane. You get this nice, really aggressive ward. It blocks the pull point, so there's no secondary option if the top lane goes bad for NEWBEE, unless they come down here with sentry wards. But more importantly, it keeps an eye out for what Xiaowei's got planned with his little treants as well. So ROTK or Super. It actually looks like they're switching around their... Are they switching? No. They're actually just handing over some sentry wards. But it will be ROTK on the off lane, trying to get a good start, and Super will be there in the middle lane.
Toby, sounds like you like VICI's lanes.
I'm loving VICI's lanes. I really think the Lone Druid pickup as the last one was a really smart idea. The only thing that could bite him in the butt is when the Lifestealer gets really, really big. As Mad was saying, the bear is just going to get devoured by that Lifestealer. They cannot let that Lifestealer have room. They got to look at early Maelstrom Basher on that bear and really get up in the face there of NEWBEE.
Yeah, I think farming on the top lane is going to be quite difficult for VICI Gaming. With that said, though, Sylar is working with essentially 2 heroes, so his last hit damage is very high. Should he get out of position, the Earthshaker figure is going to bail him out. So let's see who's going to actually get the first kill here.
Banana gets it on Sylar. He's going to cut his way out. There's no tangos. How's trying to help him out. He's blocked in the corner. First blood goes away of VICI Gamers. Not over yet. FY still in the tree line. Prophet. He's actually going to come into this fight. Xiaowei wants to turn the tides of this fight. And Fenrir now on the run. Chilling Touch still on cooldown. Cold Feet is available now, but we will see Sylar and Fenrir back up. So it's a 1-1 trade, but Xiaowei, he has to TP in and then uses a scroll to get back straight to bottom lane. They don't want to miss any CS down here.
Very surprised that Xiaowei actually teamed,
especially when this is happening on bottom lane. Smoke movement is going to be perfect, and this is going to set up now. Alchemist will die in the middle lane, but Xiaowei locked inside the cogs with the shackles and the shock and the battery assault rocket. It's actually not even battery assault, it's just plain rocket. They get themselves the kill. And the Alchemist, in the meantime, he's actually soloed up by a DD Brewmaster in the middle lane. So VICI Gaming are now sitting at a 3-1 advantage 3 minutes in.
Very, very good movement coming out of Immune. Mid lane, it's going to be a lot of trade-off here and there. Looks like 2 heroes running to the rune at top. Nobody finds it. Super comes in and clap. Looks like he's going to threaten for the kill. He's going to get a crit. He's actually going to split. That's going to be a kill if the Dragon doesn't deny it. The Dragon, they're just sitting there and they're not denying. The Dragons are too slow.
That last little walkover.
Lane, ROTK invis up, and there's going to be support coming in from FY.
He's right next to him.
Easy calm. And here comes FY. He's going to do a ton of damage with that Ether Shock. Where's the Shackle? He's not using it. There you go. Finally, Shackle. ROTK will pick up the kill. And the important
X goes down, which means Sylar knows the Sunshine and Banana are hanging inside the tree line, while the middle lane move, he's actually popped off his Chemical Rage right now, but FY, the fissure, he needs to get in range for the shackles, and here it comes. FY, he's still up there, now move, throws out the stun, double stun with a rocket from ROTK, comes all the way from the bottom lane to get the kill, super diving in deep, there is no split, 20 seconds on cooldown for Sunshine, Helm's out the shackles as well, Totem Stomp, there's enough with the clap for Super, caught inside the Sprout, taking a large amount of damage from the tier 1 tower, but he will back up. to his side of the river, and not only that, he's going to pick up the illusion rune.
Top lane though, Sylar in a lot of trouble, trying to run away really quickly. There's Favorite on how. One more hit, the Wrath of Nature is going to come through and get the kill. And again, any kill going to the supports on NEWBEE side, like cowering. They took a really big right hook. Look at Moo on the mid lane. He has a Bracer and Alchemist. He's simply afraid. The hook's going to come in right now. The Cog's going to be ready. Moo's going to charge up his stun, but I'm not sure it's going to make it out there. The tower is helping out. Tower aggro gets shifted, and now the split's going to come out. Moo's going to try to run away from the rest of his team. He's going to go down as a result. That Bracer did not save him. You do not get Bracers on Alchemist simply because you don't really need it in normal games. It seems like he's just really afraid of the rotation of VICI, and rightfully so, because they are 8-2 with a big lead.
What also really hurt him was the fact that Banana, you could only get one person on that impale, and because of that, we still saw RTK freely move around. Another rotation from VG Gaming, and RTK coming from the angle, which you'd be least expecting. He literally just hooked in from like the ancient area on the top lane for a hero who's been on the bottom lane the entire time. Now how? He got entangled up, and that may be enough time holding him there. If they get another entangle here, he's going to see Infest out already.
Yes,
he may be regretting that one right now. He's already used his rage, but no TP coming off the back of it. He's still got 4 one-charger super. Well, he's looking for some kind of extra crit. Diving under here, he's got haste through available, so Open Wound's not going to stop him here. Clap 1 second away, and that'll be the kill, but the Clap how's out of range, and now Super, he's in too deep. The creep wave is blocking him in the corner. He's trying to find a way out, but no amount of movement speed is going to save him from that. Can't hide inside the tree line. Xiaowei again TPing in to help out for another through the middle lane. And this is allowing the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane to take a lot of damage. Now, top lane VG Gaming are looking for some kind of counter initiation. So we've got smoke movement from ROTK as well as Fenrir again. But again, also, NEWBEE not too far out of position. How's the closest one? And there goes your fissure. Follow up Hex, Shackles as well. ROTK going to go for the battery assault. They're trying to keep him stunned up and locked here. And how? Well, he does have rage, but okay. Shadow Shaman will finish the job right there. Fenrir did commit Echo Slam as well.
I'm very surprised that he decided to fight that. He could have infested an enemy creep and just stood there and waited for the creep to come close his tower. Instead, he decided to rage and open wounds and fight, and you can't fight everything there. So perhaps a misplay coming out from Hal, and that's a key misplay because not only has he died as a carry, he also has lost a tier 1 tower. And speaking of that, the momentum is going towards VG Gaming. Look at the gold on Lone Druid. He's sitting at 3,700, just a little bit more to that relic.
And then you're right, then the supports will be having a lot more problems.
Banana
fissure. That just sets up perfectly. That range on the fissure is just the perfect initiator without having to put your supports at risk. You think Earthshaker, he's a melee hero. Maybe he's not that great for harassing people out of lanes or setting up for things because he's not a range guy. But really, with that fissure, you can set anything up.
Yeah, it just really feels like newbies aren't able to really execute the game plan.
Around. Another thing we also haven't seen is like Hao and Xiaowei, they're on the same lane right now, but we actually haven't seen them combo either. Like Infest inside Nature's Prophet is a wonderful...
Oh, mid lane, it's going to be Hook coming in. Moo's going to get, well, shackled up in the cogs with 3 heroes hitting him, and he's straight up dead. Although the heals of the ultimate, not going to be enough.
No. That's still only a level 1. It's not enough for him to really do much there. And VG Gaming can now force the middle lane or top lane. The middle lane going super up and towards the high ground. His blink is still on cooldown, but out very quick in the Hex.
Yeah, the disparity between the levels of support is just huge right now. Level 8 supports on VG Gaming and level 5 supports on the side of NEWBEE. They need level 6s such that they could actually assist the team with burst. They really need burst damage. A Brave TP coming in mid. What is this about?
Hal, slightly suicidal. Shackles, fissures, hexes, and now the stuns. Hal goes down. Lifesteal unable to buy. Brewmaster already let his split off, and he's going to move forward. The stun will go over on Banana. Maybe send Sunshine up and towards the air. They can actually turn what's 1 into 2 and potentially 3. Another TP's on the way. It's the Alchemist instantly pushed back. Echo Slam. Fissure going down. They're going to lose Alchemist. They're going to lose Sunshine as well. Super, the clap. There it is. Actually just brawls him down. Triple kill for Super. And NEWBEE bringing the supports 1 by 1 and turning this game of Dota 2 into Duck Hunt.
The scary thing is FY still has Mass Serpent Ward. If they want to commit for a tier 3 push right now, they can. Looks like they're going to go back and secure the safe Roshan.
They had the full Radiance after that.
For example, see the Lone Druid up top and maybe just teleport there. But you don't know where his teammate is. Yep. You don't want to teleport in and suddenly eat a big dunk from the Earthshaker. So having the vision is necessary, but your supports...
high ground.
Their supports just don't have the gold, and, well, scratch that. How do you defend your high ground now? Mass Serpent Ward committed, and the bear is just mauling away. Man, that bear's got a Hyperstar on the back of it. It's attacking nice, hard, and fast, and now in comes RTK. The Cog's going to split up NEWBEE, and the Brewmaster split's already gone. They hold Moo in position, and Lord of Light Brewmaster, he's able to pick up the kill.
kill, finger of death, return kill into ROTK. The tower is still not down yet, but the map 7 was haven't even really been touched. The stun into Super, Sylar, his Vera trying to finish job, Fenrir, he's right on top of Xiao Wei, finishes the job. The tier 3 tower is down as well, but Banana, double kill the Necro units. He's actually body blocking up Sylar a little bit, keeping him inside the acid spray. It was up to get the kill, and now FY blinks in with Super. Very quick execution to kill off Lion. And Banana,
Ice Blast, that's gonna hit on Sylar. Bang! Agent's gonna be removed, he still has another life. The Bear is still alive, that's a critical game. Moo's gonna stun himself. No, he throws it on Super. He's gonna be fine. The Radiance is burning him down. They've held us hit on 2 as well. But this Bear is just running rampage in the Radiant base. They cannot hold.
And also the buybacks coming out during that engagement. You managed to actually force one out from both Xiao Wei as well as one out from the Lion. This is not what Banana wanted to have to do as a support hero. On the bright side for NEWBEE, it was only the melee racks that was being attacked. So this is going to regenerate. So technically all the damage which VG Gaming did just send, it's gonna, well, it's only gonna take a couple of moves before it regenerates back up again, but it's gonna be almost useless, like it never happened.
Yeah, the building damage, it's gonna regen. I see that point, but it's more that the economic damage is really a huge goal swing. If you look at the goal graph, we're seeing a 12,000 goal lead.
Yep.
More importantly, that goal lead has transitioned into some huge item pickup. For example, the Spirit Bear just picked up the Assault Cuirass. That's gonna give armor to the team and remove the armor from the building. Vlad's doing essentially the same, more armor buff to VICI Gaming. And I think all the damage essentially is coming out from the Life Stealer right now and those 2 Necro books. And they don't do well when the enemy have a ton of armor. I see the next push being a lot more lopsided than the successful defense, sort of, for NEWBEE just now.
Well, it looks like the push is coming right now. Super's on his way with a DD rune inside the bottle and an Aghanim Scepter freshly on that Brewmaster. So he's also got, like, it's a level 2 Aghanim split. ROTK, he's got a lot of life points with that mech 4-staff as well as point booster.
He also does double damage.
Yep. That's gonna...
By the way, Earthshaker missed an Echo Slam in that last fight because he ran into the Acid Spray and then, you know, the dagger got cancelled. Fenrir is not going to make that mistake again.
Moo looking for the stun on ROTK. Look how far out he's coming. He's so far out. That's will not be used, and now it does. Massive ones are there. We'll watch the Infeds go out from the Life Stealer. He's protected inside the Dire Creep. Now he pops back out again, but it's Earthshaker for the Ancient Apparition. And ROTK chasing down Banana. The blink out from FY, able to finish off the escaping Lion.
Huge play though coming out from NEWBEE. They force out the Master Ward outside their base. Smart to take a fight outside because the Master Ward isn't shooting a building, but smart play is one thing, but the raw power of VICI Gaming just too much. The blink initiation, how? He's gonna be dead! Bursted down here by VICI Gaming. The Shackle's gonna come through, moving a ton of damage to him. He traces life for the support Shadow Shaman, but who's gonna stop the Bear? Nobody will! GG comes out for VICI, and they take game 1.
That was perfect.